represents about a new normal life after the pandemic in Taiwan. I'm updated information from the COVID-19 in this early morning, yesterday, and we noticed that in Taiwan we have less than 500 cases, and in which only about 50 are in the local cases, and we have about 5% die from this episode. So as you notice that it is a quite successful program in Taiwan. And why we got this result, there's a Taiwan quick response to COVID-19 threat. We noticed that the threat since last year, the December 31st, because there are typical pneumonia, we noticed that in Wuhan. And then in January 23, we start the Central Epidemic Command Center, CECC. And then almost every day that we have publics and announced, and also in January 29, we found that we have to make the policy about using the mask to distribution to digital. So we have a digital fencing tracking system, and also we have a domestic mask manufacturers the development that we have to develop more of the masks for the self-protection. And then in February 16, we found the quarantine system. We started models. As you notice, that wearing the mask and wash hands is very important. This is one of the reports from the Behavior Insight team from UK in the early March. And they found that they test the efficiency of the coronavirus message. And we found that in comparison with 10 different published, and found Taiwan get the great, very successful performance. That means that we give a very clear information for the general population that how to wash the hands. Under the top three from Singapore and also NHS from UK, they give a very clear information for the general populations to notice how to wash their hands and during this episode. And the critical success factor in Taiwan, we can divide into three parts. One is to recognize the crisis. The second is about the managing the crisis, and the third is the communication and the politics. Talking about the recognizing of the crisis, we noticed that early notice about the pneumonia, the threat of that situation, and then we very earlier activated for the Central Epidemic Command Center, and also we do a very comprehensive case monitor. And managing the crisis, we start with the border control and case identification and containment. And also resources are located, logistics and operation. This is very important, especially for the medical supply part. We hope that we can protect all the medical service in the early stage. And the third is about the communication. And from the past experience, we noticed that reassure and educate the public is very important. So we have a strong risk awareness, open government, and also serious education toward. And we also noticed that for the post-COVID new life, we have to facing chronic disease, not the acute diseases. And so for, as you noticed from WHO, they have published, just released in June, and calling the NC epidemic and also the COVID-19. They found that...
DG Wang?
Yes?
DG Wang, so sorry to interrupt you, but I think your PowerPoint slide is actually not advancing. So all of us on the WebEx is still looking at the first slide. So sorry to interrupt.
But okay, or you can control it. How about this one?
Oh, by ourselves we can control.
So you can just control.
Yeah, which page?
The fourth page says to see that.
Yeah, fourth page.
Have you seen the fourth page? There is the efficiency of coronavirus message. Have you seen that? What's the screen? Is the screen is the you can control the screen.
Yeah. We will control the pages. Post page.
Okay, this is the fourth screen. So everybody can see the screen. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I repeated that is the three key factors for the successful is the recognizing of the crisis and managing the crisis and also communicating of the policies. Next, please. Next screen.
Next slide.
Please control it for me and then please. We noticed that the World Health Organization have some concern about the COVID-19 and the NCD. So they published in June this year. And this is a presentation. By that time, they noticed that for SDG is for the health sectors is SDG 3.4. They noticed that there's a decrease of the window of the NCD control since 2010. But now we notice that there are a lot of case mortalities related with COVID-19 and the chronic disease. So they think that this is the time for the build back better for future. With this next slide. So there's a lot of evidence showing that today, for example, in Italy or India or New Netherlands, they all show that for those people admitted to hospitals, the higher mortalities for those with hypertension, diabetes, and also obesity. So in the future, they suggest for from WHO, they suggest that the national humanitarian emergency plans and easy response, and also the digital health for NCD. Next slide. This is the new normal life. They propose that we cannot rewrite the chapters, but we have to preparing for the tomorrow. So this is two parts in the future. One is the healthy at home because the quarantine people stay at home, and also the digital health reform. The next slide. I think I have upload the new one. New slide present. New slide. Have you used the new slide? It sounds like. Is it possible that I can share my screen because I have uploaded a new set of slides to you, but it seems that this slide is the old one.
Yes, it's possible. Please do by yourself at your laptop. Yeah.
So now I have you seen the screen that the decline in premature NCD mortality rate is slowing?
No, you can find yourself in your laptop, please. Can you find?
Yes. So I have shared my screen.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so have people anybody can
Yeah,
see
you
the
can see.
decline in yeah, I can see. So this is the situation that the PO find that from the recent report that there is for the NCD control that in recent 10 years this change is slow in negative 1.1%. As you notice that in globally, the obesity increase and also the Western, but only in obesity in Western Pacific, it seems that the obesity rate is not so high. This a cartoon. This a very we noticed that this picture is very funny. When a lady come to see the doctors, they said that the belly is bigger. They think it's a boy or girl, and the physician said that this is fat. It means that after 3 months quarantine, we noticed that the obesity rate increased. This is one way that the pattern for the NCD controlled. So from the new normal wave, we notice the life post after COVID-19 should be healthy at home, and also we have to participate in the digital health reform. For healthy at home, we notice that as with the risk factors for the NCD, there are 5 risk factors. One is the diet and tobacco use. But if after the quarantine, people stay at home, that probably they get more healthy food if they cook by themselves. And we have forbidden to smoke outside. And even they don't want to smoke inside. So maybe tobacco use will decrease. The air pollution, we don't expose. And this is a global report that the global air pollution decreased after the quarantine. And then the harmful use of alcohol probably increase or not because they stay at home. They cannot go to the bar. So we have a program for alcohol prevention campaign in this moment. And also, but the probability is the physical inactivities maybe increase or decrease. This is we have to figure out. So there are a lot of things for the risk factors for the NCD during the quarantine, the life in the quarantine. So we have a program that we suggest how to eating healthy healthily at home. For example, we suggest how to use cooking and also provide the service at home that there should be a healthy diet. And also we have program suggests that how to make your home as my gym. So we have a video and campaign that people when they quarantine at home, they have to do more exercise for the adults or for the elderly. And for Taiwan, that people can go outside to the park sometimes. But we are forbidden to open for the gym. So the Park is My Gym is another program that we start. And you notice that people wear the mask, but they can go into the park to doing exercise and so some social connection. This is the program that we provide during this period. And for the pandemic, and we also noticed that the digital life is very important. In the past, we used a lot of the digital health monitor. But this in the COVID-19, a big change during this period. But sometimes we have to notice that this is good or bad. This is a cartoon that for distant learning, the students sleeping, but they use a picture in front of the monitor. So there are a lot of things that we have to consider the pros and cons during the digital life. And we also developed a program so-called cable TV. We noticed that for cable TV, there are viewers of 5 million people watching cable TV. So how can we use the cable TV for during this period? Actually, we have interactive technology for platform for cable TV. That the people use the camera on a small box. And then they can communicate with others during the period or their labors, and learning the education from the physical education, how to do exercise from this is interactive, so very successful, and people have communicated with others during with the television. And not only for the television, but we have also start with some on the website. So you in the left picture, you notice some people, the elderly follow the advisor from the web, projecting from on the screen. So they are following some of the activity is suggested by people from guiding from the web. So this is a lot of community based, And also we have a home-based program that they're also in the action. So that we hope that the people, even they stay at home, they can control their NCD, with the medication or some of the suggestion for diet and exercise. And this is the program that we develop on the web. So there are a lot of resources during this period that actually we have developed in the past, but during these few months that we fastened our speed to develop all this in the program on the web. And also we have some of the personal record. In the past, we used personal record and the patient will go to the doctor to share the information. But now we use this personal app to share the information at home and with their physician. And also there are a lot of blood close monitors at home and physician interaction between these two parts. So we also developed some of the remote diagnosis and treatment to help home isolation and home quarantine people. Even they cannot go to see the doctors will use this telecom medication to see the patients. And also we do some of the online synchronized training program. We developed the online synchronized team-based learning, not only seeing the webinar, but also there's a synchronized interaction for the training during this period. So we also have the vision that also the weather change is a climate change for the health. And now this year we develop a program for weather and health, and we get the top 5 in in this year, the presidential hackathon. It means that the weather, the change we have when the weather change, because the weather is there are a lot of hot weather in Taiwan, and the people get sick. And then we announce how to take care of during this period related with the health, the weather forecast app. So there are a lot of interaction between the digital life and the NCD. So in summary, I think this is the last slide. We have a report in July this year that in the policy decision and use of information technologies to fight COVID-19 in Taiwan. And it's very important that we learn a lot of experience from the SARS in 2003. The experience showed that we have to prevent the public awareness of public health network, support from the healthcare industry, cross-department cooperation, and advanced information technologies capacity should be the key factors that we develop our policy. Thank you for your attention.